So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by clicking on the PayPal link in the description box, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Also, leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get more views.
The only thing I can think of worse than being talked about is not being talked about. The only thing I can think of worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
Bob Mueller asking for information on Roger Stone, and why did Roger Stone just join Sam Nunberg in speaking out?
We're going to get to this video in just a second. I just wanted to give you a quick Operation Hal reminder that you can click on the link in the description box below and sign up for our online InfoWarrior training camps. We are now determined to raise up 1,000 YouTube channels just as powerful as Operation Hal. If you're one of those people who wants to have a YouTube channel like Operation Hal that reaches millions of people per month and generates revenue for the information war, click on the link in the description box below and sign up for our free training.
Nunberg told me he believes Mueller's building a case.
They're trying to set up a perjury case against Roger Stone, and I'm not going to have it. Roger's my mentor. Roger is like family to me, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Roger's my mentor. Roger's like a father to me. I don't care. I'm not going to go into a grand jury for them to set up a case against Roger, whatever case it is, which could be ridiculous.
Now, those could be just theories of a stressed and loyal lieutenant. But then tonight, Stone, this longtime media strategist, effectively batted cleanup in his mentee's media tour and said this.
He is not speaking at my behest or my direction. I would certainly not have advised him to ignore or refuse a document production subpoena. I was pleased to read today that he's changed his mind about that.
Stone stressing he wants Nunberg to cooperate. But why do so many roads seem to lead to Roger Stone? The Trump advisor is one of 10 people on the subpoena, which I discussed, of course, last night. Of all the things Nunberg said, his insistence on defending Stone was striking. Roger Stone, a famous political operative, one of the closest advisors to Trump, a self-proclaimed provocateur and dirty trickster, he's long pushed the limits in politics and argued a kind of equivalence for gutter politics.
One man's dirty trick is another man's political civic action. Everything I do, everything I've ever done has been legal. But politics ain't beanbag, and losers don't legislate.
He was a loyal Nixon operative. He worked for Reagan's re-election. Then he ran that profitable political consulting firm with, you see it there, Paul Manafort. When Trump first flirted with running for president in 2000, Roger Stone was there. And he was there when Trump began running this time. And while he did leave that formal campaign, he was an outside ally, attacking opponents from Cruz to Clinton, organizing groups to try to help Trump at the convention, as well as the general election. But what's proven most controversial and of interest to Mueller was the support for Julian Assange.
First of all, I think Julian Assange is a hero. I think he's taking on the deep state, both Republican and Democrat. I expect you're going to see more from Mr. Assange, who, again, I think is a hero.
We have a mutual acquaintance who is a fine gentleman. I happen to be one who thinks that Assange is a hero.
Mueller probing whether that hero was involved in helping the Russians, Stone's own record raising those questions. Look at this. August 2016, Stone says he knew about key information against Clinton from an Assange intermediary. He also seemed to predict that hacking of Chairman John Podesta, saying, trust me, it'll be his time in the barrel. Assange's website, of course, WikiLeaks, released those emails. And then these messages from WikiLeaks to Stone leaked in The Atlantic. That was just last month. With this message, happy we're now much more free to communicate after the election. Now, tonight, Stone disclaimed any advanced knowledge of Russian hacks.
My direct messages with Goosefer 2.0, if that's who it really is, come 6 weeks, almost 6 weeks after the DNC emails had been published by WikiLeaks. So in order to collude in their hacking, which I had nothing whatsoever to do with, one would have needed a time machine.
After Trump's election, but before Mueller was appointed, I myself asked Roger Stone if he'd been to Russia and his view of WikiLeaks, given what we've learned. Have you been to Russia?
I have never been to Russia. I have no contacts in Russia. I had no contact with any representatives of the Russian state or Russian intelligence. I had no knowledge, I had no contacts with people who might have been a go-between. Some say that Assange is publishing stolen documents. Well, the New York Times published the Pentagon Papers. The courts said it was legal to do so.
Lots of love for Assange. Now, the most benign explanation would be that maybe Stone's everywhere because he wants us to think he's everywhere.
The only thing I can think of worse than being talked about is not being talked about. The only thing I can think of worse than being talked about is not being talked about. The only thing I can think of worse than being talked about is not being talked about.
Hey everybody! I just wanted to break in real quick for an Operation HAL Info Warrior update. Many of you thousands of Operation HAL subscribers are passionate patriots. We can tell because of the comments that you leave in the comment section. But America needs more than just passionate comments from anonymous subscribers. America needs info warriors who are willing to spread information. Believe it or not, us patriots, we are beginning to win the info war. We are on the march and the enemy is on the run. They never anticipated this explosion of social media. The bad guys who are behind the scenes attempting to destroy our republic, they didn't realize that platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook would give voice to those of us who haven't been fooled by the fake news, Project Mockingbird, CIA-ran media. Patriots like you and me now have a level playing field to take part in the war for the soul of our nation. And the good news is, we don't even have to use guns. We can simply use our home computers and laptops, just like I'm doing right now. In fact, the Operation HAL YouTube channel has reached over 73,000 unique individuals just this month. So if you want to get off of the sideline and onto that playing field, we at Operation HAL want to help. We have helped over 18,000 individuals just like you. Learn how to create and distribute content online. It doesn't matter if you're a novice with computers or a pro. Operation HAL is willing to train you for free in our simple techniques that will allow you to have a voice in our nation.
Hey guys, normally at this point in the video we would tell you to email Mackenzie, but unfortunately YouTube is threatening to cancel our Gmail account as well. So if you want to sign up for the free online info warrior training, click on the link in the description box below and you can sign up directly for our next boot camp.